The main reason why your dropshipping tests keep failing, and I know it's going to sound just a little bit crazy, is because you've been marketing to the wrong people this whole entire time. And that's why whenever you launch a new ad that you're super excited about, you're always met with high CPMs and high CPCs. And sure, you're driving a little bit of traffic to your website, but nobody's actually buying. And you're left wondering, does my website suck? Or maybe my product's just a loser. Or maybe I'm just a little bit retarded. And it's definitely a resounding yes to that last point. Don't get me wrong. But you're really just making two key mistakes that I was also making when I was first starting out, that when I started to solve, I became a copywriter and marketer so powerful that I could sell nearly any product, like the ones we're going to show on screen, and scale to over $5.2 million in sales and have a portfolio of dropshipping brands doing over $1 million in sales every single year, so that I can buy my $2,000 Ralph Lauren cowboy jackets and, of course, have my roster of gold-digging Latinas, which I know is what you want at the end of the day, or to have a profitable long-term income from dropshipping instead of just relying on pump and dump stores that last a few weeks. So if you want to actually be a long-term dropshipper, keep watching this video and I'll tell you what you're doing wrong. So when I first started dropshipping, this was actually my first store, Umro Sports. August 8th, 2018, I was a 16-year-old pimply-faced teenager who didn't know dick about shit. And it was mainly at this time where I had no Riz and I was locked in my room and I was trying to figure this out, which nowadays it's the complete opposite. I mean, my voice is gone because I accidentally made out with a girl at the bar that had the flu. And I thought I just don't get sick. My immune system is more powerful than that. But these Fort Lauderdale women, they're like patient zero out here. But back then, I would just basically choose these products that had wow factor, that were very visual, because I was taught that that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to sell products that have wow factor. That way, I don't really need to be the best marketer in the world. These products basically just sell themselves. And the problem with that is that these products tend to just appeal to the lowest common denominator. People that are broke in a lot of cases. And when I was 16, I would just say, oh, that product looks cool. I would buy that. So let me sell that. So I was trying to market to people. Let's do a little circle here. I got a fancy new pen. Wrong pen. God, I actually am retarded. And, and I would try to market to people that were like myself, because that is the motto. Why is this not working? The motto is try to sell products that you enjoy, that you love, that you would buy. And as a 16-year-old athlete, I decided, okay, I am just going to sell products to athletes. But the fundamental issue with that is that athletes that are in high school, that are young, are broke. They have no money. Sure, these products are making sales, but that isn't the right audience. Is that audience that when you're going onto Temu, and you're just blindly scrolling through here, do you believe that there is an audience of people that are willing to pay a premium for this product? It solves a problem so strong in their life. It is so needed. It has such an urgency to solve it, or at least that you can market it in that way to make this product a winner. And if the answer is a no, if it's just a nice to have type of product, if it's just a viral wow factor, wow, look at the ad for this is crazy, you're not going to make it work. You are not a TikTok organic dropshipper that is making sexual innuendo videos and calling that a business. You're better than that. So the first thing you have to avoid doing is falling in the trap of selling products that you would buy. Because the long-term scaling potential is really doing product research the complete opposite way. Not by, oh, what products are interesting to me or what I think will go viral. No. It's identifying an audience of people, ideally older people because they have more disposable income, and what problems are they facing and what products can I sell to them at a premium to build a brand and have the margin to be able to scale to 5 figures a month, to 6 figures a month, and of course to 7 figures a year, and actually quit my laborious, slave-inducing 9-to-5 job and go all in with dropshipping. So where it starts is with the product selection. You can't be choosing products that appeal to the wrong audience, especially people that are broke. So for me, my first 20 product tests were all complete flops because I didn't really know who I was trying to sell to. I didn't really even have an idea. I would sell arm sleeves. Sure, yeah, that could be basketball players, that could be football players, but I didn't really make my marketing specific to anyone. But on my 24th product test, with this one right here, I decided to make a change. And this change literally is the reason why I had my first winning product. So with this product right here, we have a baseball bat necklace. So what you're probably thinking is, okay, circle of people that would be interested in this. I don't know why it's drawing like that, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So the people that would be interested in this, God, I apologize. When it comes to drawing and art, I had an F in every single class. But when it comes to this, baseball players, so we'll just say BP, that is what the target audience is. But a smart 7-figure dropshipper will see this product. They'll say, yes, it's the baseball players, but we need to niche down. Who is the customer avatar that we're really trying to speak to? Because there's all types of baseball players. There's younger baseball players. There's older baseball players. There's parents that have kids that play baseball. And if you break it down, there's all these different people. So these are the high school athletes. These are the college athletes. And then, of course, you have the parents that are absolute psychos that cover all their kids' games and they yell profanities at umpires. And I know this because I was a 13-year-old umpire that got verbally abused for a living. And what you need to do is when you have all these different little avatars, you pick one. You pick one and you figure out what's the age, what's their name, what is their desires, what's their pain points, what's their long-term goals, what's their short-term goals. There's a lot of different things that break up a customer avatar that I'll get into a whole nother video. But the main lesson here, if you want to make sales, I get the idea should be, oh, I should sell to everyone because that means the more sales. It's completely backwards in dropshipping and marketing. Because the more specific your messaging is, the more it feels tailor-made to one specific person, the more it's actually going to scale. And I know it sounds backwards, but you're not trying to talk to everyone. You're trying to talk to one person. So with this product, when I was marketing it, I decided to make one shift. I was going to specifically market to only Christian baseball players, and not just Christian baseball players, to their parents. So if you were a Christian parent that has an athlete playing baseball, a son playing baseball right now, they're going to love this necklace. This is the perfect necklace for them. This is going to help reaffirm their identity as a Christian and get them closer to their faith while having something that also ties in one of their favorite hobbies. So it was a great gift for your Christian baseball playing son. It was that specific with the marketing. And when I did that, and when I called out that specific audience, it's a lot like, honestly, I think a great analogy for this is that if you want to be a successful marketer in dropshipping, you can't have this shotgun-like approach. Like in Call of Duty, for instance, if you want to be a top esports player, if you want to join Optic Gaming, if you want to be the next Nade Shot or Scumpy, definitely Scumpy. Scumpy was the better player overall. Then you can't practice by having, I'll see if I can draw one, a shotgun. Because a shotgun is for noobs. You're just spraying and praying and you're hoping that your message lands somewhere. If you really want to be an accurate pinpoint copywriting assassin, which is what you need to be if you want to choose a product that, again, hundreds and thousands of other people are going to be selling, but they're going to be doing it with generic messaging, you need to be a sniper. This is starting to look like a penis. I apologize. But anyways, you need to be a sniper. Bullet. And we'll have like little, that's how powerful this bullet is. But you do need to become a sniper that talks to one specific avatar. And how do you actually, first up, come with that avatar, pause, and know what matters to them? Well, you do the research. You hop onto Amazon, you read reviews. You hop onto Reddit, you read reviews. In fact, you can even use ChatGPT nowadays. You just give ChatGPT the Amazon link, tell it to scrape the best reviews, notice the patterns. Same thing with Reddit. You can get a ChatGPT bot that will scrape Reddit for the best threads on this specific product type that you're selling. It can be the baseball bat necklace. It can be something else. And then through all this research, Reddit, TikTok comments, and also your competitors as well. Those are the main three areas where you're going to get all the key golden information on your target audience. You will then most likely, if you're a beginner new marketer, say, oh, the demographic of people that would be interested is baseball players. And then, okay, we'll make my ads to baseball players. But if you're actually smart and want to make money, you're going to say, okay, it's baseball players, but what's the sub niche? What's the next level beyond that? Because that is where you make the money. You're a sniper, not a shotgun playing noob that spams it on Nuketown. All right? All right. Now, how do we apply this to our other products here? Because if we're selling a dress, you may be saying, Ethan, it's a dress. All types of women could buy this. Older women, younger women, fatter women, skinny women. Why is this not letting me drag? Okay, anyways, we know here, dress. How will we market this dress and make it hyper specific to a customer avatar? Well, first, as we mentioned earlier, we're going to do the same process. We're going to do our market research. So again, recap, Amazon, Reddit, customers and competitors. So when you do your research from all this, notice the trends, notice the patterns. And honestly, ChatGPT can break down the percentage of reviews and the percentage of the material that you're giving it that has specific messaging. And potentially, let's say for this product, so we got our little dress here. Let's say the first target audience is women who want to dress for wedding season. And that's one avatar. Another one could be women that want to dress for date night. I have doctor handwriting. And then the third one could be slim, thick girls, so curvy girls that want to dress that slims them down. Slim down. They want to be snatched. They want their body to be T. So even though the product is the same, a beginner dropshipper is going to look at this dress, throw up some image ads, and try to appeal to everyone. A smart dropshipper will look at this dress, do the research, realize who am I trying to speak to, and ideally, another layer deeper, as we mentioned earlier, who is the audience that has the biggest pain point where they would pay a premium for this product? Is it women for date night? Potentially. But a lot of girls nowadays, they wear their Fashion Nova, they wear their Shein. Let's be honest, they're not paying that much. They ain't trying to get impressed for you. I mean, look at you. Look at that. What do you even have on your lip right there? Do you call that a mustache? You call that a beard? Disgusting. Go shave yourself after this video. Christ. But date night, we'll probably draw off. Wedding season, people pay thousands of dollars. They'll rent tuxedos and dresses to look their best during a wedding. Now, obviously, you got to keep in mind, is this, weddings that dress season appropriate? But if it is, that could be a great customer avatar. Now, obviously, you want to do your research and actually read in reviews. Did people buy this? And did they say that, oh, this was great for wedding season? Oh, in Reddit, I'm looking for a wedding dress that's, under $100, under $200, whatever. And hey, this dress, which would usually cost you $5 and you would sell it for $29.99, we could mark it up for $50 or $80 or $100. And because it has a premium price tag, people are going to assume the quality is better. Little beginner hack. And they're going to pay more money. And if you market it and say, hey, specifically in all your marketing, in the hook text, because you can have a simple product demo video with this product, and then in the text say, hey, girlies, it's wedding season. If you need a dress, I got this for under $100. This is the best wedding dress for under $100, et cetera, et cetera. So wedding season was most likely be the one that has the best perceived value where we can charge a premium. And again, we can now go a layer deeper and be hyper specific. Because as we mentioned, for every product, that is a stick figure. Stick. That's a woman. So there you go. That's how you know it's a woman. And with all these different women, we have to pick one specific avatar. And I would say when you are making your ads, it helps so much if you have a clear visual of who you are trying to write to. So when you do this process, as an example, I'll most likely give this girl a name, Amy. She's 25 years old. She has all of her friends are currently engaged. It's wedding season. She's going to go to 3 different weddings this summer alone. So in that, what are her pain points? All her dresses are more casual. She has a bunch of casual dresses, and her long-term goal is to just have that one dress that she can wear every single time so she doesn't spend thousands of dollars renting all the time. So she's looking for something that looks good, it's classy, et cetera, et cetera. And what are her pain points? She doesn't want to rent dresses. So with all that in mind, that is the bedrock. That is the foundation. That is what you put in your product description, that this is the perfect dress for wedding season. You're going to look amazing. You're not going to steal the show, but you're going to get a lot of compliments. That is how you make your marketing tailor-made to Amy, this one avatar. And guess what? There's millions of Amy's, but because you just said, Amy right here, baby girl, I understand you. I want to get to know you. I want to get to know what makes you tick. I want to know what really makes you have this desire and these pain points to want something like this. And that is how you tailor make your ads and your product description, and think about how you can charge a premium for your product. Now let's go one more example here. I know we're rambling. It's a Sunday. As we mentioned earlier, I get it. You're in your bed gooning right now, and you're probably already losing your attention span. So we're going to do one more example here before you go back to, I don't know, jerking off to an Addison Rae video. So let's go here. Back massager. Biggest problem. When you look at this product, well, I'm going to market this to people with back pain. If I could spell back. Back pain. Yeah, that's the main audience. Oh, that'll work. But through what you learned in this video, you realize, sure, there's a lot of people with back pain. A lot of different people. Golly, my back just got blown out. Honestly, mine did recently because I had to carry a girl from the bar, and for like half a mile, I princess carried her, and I felt like such a man, but golly, afterwards, my back was exploded. So we're going to pick one specific avatar. And obviously, we have to know, is it going to be, let's say, an office worker? Because you might say, okay, back pain, and then, okay, there's another segment of people, and they're office workers. Oh, well, look at me. I'm so advanced. I realize there's multiple customer avatars. Oh, that's crazy. But a lot of times there's overlaps. So if we want to make the best ad, we talk about in our messaging, we will speak to one customer avatar who has one desire and one problem. That is the best ads. And I used to have this problem where I would try to speak to everyone and I would try to mention every single benefit about my product when really the best ads are just sniper approach. One key thing. So let's say, for instance, let's go here. Our target audience is office workers who have back pain. So let's get really freaky here. Let's get really specific. So let's say our target audience is Matt. Matt has a 9-to-5. He's 42. And every single day after work is done, he gets a shooting pain in his back. Pain in his back. When he gets out of bed, he needs help. He needs his wife to help him get out of bed and to get hard. His wife to help him get out of bed. Blah, 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 blah. You already know what I mean. So, what is his long-term goals? His long-term goals is to just not have this shooting pain anymore. So no more pain. No more pain. And once you do this basic research, this is a good start. This is a great start. But the final layer to this, because I know you're probably realizing, okay, Ethan, you're saying the same point a million times. The final layer to this is you need to make sure that your language in your ads isn't generic. Because what I'll see a lot of people doing is, okay, we're trying to market to Matt here. So we're going to say, no more back pain. No more back pain. It's just too generic. It's too lazy. They've heard it a million times. So the final real layer to this is thinking of your benefits, thinking of the problems. So, okay, shooting pain. Yes, we know shooting pain, but what's the best way to say that? But the final layer of this is speaking in your customer's language. Would they say, yes, I want no more back pain? It's not specific enough. And a lot of times I'll see this with like energy products, and marketers that are beginners will just say, okay, this product, this supplement, this, protein powder, whatever, it'll get you 25% more energy, which means nothing to your audience. But what is the more specific, more relatable human way of communicating that benefit? Because that is a good benefit. Like as we mentioned earlier, no more back pain. That's great. No more shooting pain is amazing. But instead of saying this will give you 25% more energy, say that when I took this creatine or when I took this protein powder, I finally had the energy to go to the gym, and it felt like a 1 hour workout felt like it was 10 minutes long. Like an hour went by on the Stairmaster in the blink of an eye for me. I felt nothing. Like my energy is off the charts, and I finally enjoy working out again. That's the real core desire. So again, when you're looking at this with problems, so shooting pain, you want to go a layer deeper. So when you have shooting pain, when does that actually happen? When is the specific moment? Okay, when you're getting out of your office chair, when you're getting out of bed, call that out in your ads. And then what's the emotion you feel when you have that problem? I felt stuck. I felt agonized. I was in screaming pain. That is how you relate. So first, figure out the pain points of your audience. Then realize, when do those pain points happen and how does it make them feel? And that's what you communicate in your ads. And then when it comes to the benefits, what is the real benefit of the benefit? When is it useful to have that benefit of no more back pain? Well, I have no more back pain, which means I can play with my children and pick them up without wincing in pain anymore. It's not, oh, this will help you improve your sleep quality. No, it's I can finally sleep through the night like a baby without waking up multiple times in pain. That's the specificity. That's the language your customers and the desires they actually truly want. So again, really what it boils down to, guys, be specific in who you're talking to by creating a customer avatar and being specific in the language that you use to relate and communicate the value of your product. Because a beginner marketer will choose the right product, that like yourself, but they'll just say, no more back pain, you're dealing with shooting pain, your wife doesn't love you, your kids don't love you, blah, 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 everyone's going to divorce you, you're a loser. A smart marketer gets way more specific. So if you make those changes today in your ads and you think about who that one person is you're trying to speak to and what their pain points are and when they're dealing with it and what they're feeling, and then when they get those benefits, what they'll feel and when that's useful to them, one specific problem, one specific solution, one specific transformation, and then you flood your ad with believable proof that your product actually works through testimonials and through social proof, you're going to have a winning ad every single time for the products that you're selecting, and you're going to be making bank this summer. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. And if you want more great tips and resources and just to work with me personally one-on-one, then click the first link in the description and you can join my one-on-one coaching program. We currently have a few spots available. I do 5 group coaching calls a week. You get access to all my resources, ad templates, product page templates, and of course, me, which is the most valuable part of it. So if you're interested in working with me, click that link in the description and I'll see you inside.